Good Wednesday evening, everyone. I just want to give you an update on the thoughts on the weekend system and, of course, on the Friday system. So I'll just jump right on in there. First of all, though, I wanted to share with you this graphic. This is the upper level winds from today, showing them that were very strong. So that's why I was confident that we would have snow flurries today because there was so much wind energy aloft and just enough moisture at the surface. And of course, many of us did see those snowflakes just pepper down at times today. Little bitty snow flurries, but many of you saw them. I saw them. And so, just so you know, just to reiterate, you got to pay attention to the upper level winds when you're forecasting the weather. You can never, ever, ever dismiss those. Weather works from upstairs to downstairs, as we say. So, it all begins in the upper levels of the atmosphere and then works its way down. Premier Generators brings us our winter weather threat level for Friday, and it's still low wind. I've never thought this was going to be a big deal, but it could still be a low impact type of event with snow showers, snow flurries. The ground will be cold, the roads will be cold. Anything that falls could pose a problem. So just keep that in mind. I'm not looking for a big impact, but there could be some low end impacts to some snow flurries and snow showers. And guidance continues to, some guidance favors me on this and some doesn't, but I've seen this happen so many times. It's almost a guarantee that we're going to see some snow flurries and snow showers on the Cumberland Plateau on Friday. So I'll keep you posted on how that looks accumulation wise as we get closer to time. But again, looking like a low end 1 inch or less event. Now, this is the Weather Prediction Center's highlighting us for Sunday. So as we get closer to time, they'll be honing their maps a little bit more. The most significant winter precipitation continues to be across Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, back toward Missouri. But notice how it dips down on the plateau. I think that's interesting that even they're starting to see that here on the plateau, we always have, or almost always have, higher impacts from winter precipitation than our neighbors to our east and our neighbors to our west. So I thought that was interesting. I thought I wanted to share that with you, and let you know that I thought that was interesting. And that's they're giving us about up to a 50% chance for some significant winter precipitation from this event, whereas folks who are north are in the 50 to 70, 80%. So again, the bigger impacts are going to be across Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois. It's looked like that for several days now. It continues to look like that, but we'll certainly keep our eyes open for updates as we get closer to this event. So I've shared this graphic several times. I continue to share it. I've not changed a darn thing on this thing. I still believe it's going to be starting out as a wintry mix, changes to plain rain. Most of the event will more than likely fall as a plain cold rain. Then on the back side of the system, we transition back to snow. Those of you who have been following me during this entire thing know that I have never once forecast a significant ice storm, nor have I ever forecast a significant snowstorm. I've always felt the majority of this event will fall as a cold rain. I've seen us have events like this where we had hours upon hours upon hours of cold rain. Temperatures 33, 34 degrees. 33 seems to be the magic number around here. Now, the issue now is, well, there's still some issues to work out, but I will say this: tomorrow you're going to see confidence in the forecast start to increase. When we get 3 days out from an event, that's when confidence really starts to increase in both what the precipitation types will be and timing. It would take a lot for me to change my mind about the precip types. It's the timing that I'm hung up on now. So we're going to really pay attention to when does this move in. If it moves in early Sunday morning, I've said for the last couple of days that I thought Sunday morning was going to be okay. I can no longer say that. So that is one change I do want to emphasize with this update. I can no longer guarantee that Sunday morning is going to be okay. Sunday morning could end up being quite problematic, okay? That system moves in early Sunday morning. That's all wintry mix, okay, because we're cold. And then it'll take it a while to change to that plain rain. But during that time of wintry mix, impacts to travel could be quite high. So I've created a new graphic. I'm going to preview this tonight too, because you're going to see me make tweaks to this as we get closer to the event. I've used this graphic before. I'm using it again this year, where everybody seems to really like it. The column on the left is the threat. The column in the middle is the time, and then the impact type. And then you see the impacts being low, medium, high, or extreme. Teetering with taking it to high impact for Sunday morning if that precipitation moves in early enough. But I'm still not convinced the precipitation will get here before noon. But trends tend to be favoring that, it looks like. So in the time frame, you see 6 a.m. to noon Sunday. All these time frames are in 6-hour increments except for the mostly rain, and that's from noon Sunday to midnight Sunday. So could I change my mind on that? Of course I could. This is Wednesday night. We're talking about Sunday. Rain to snow looks like could occur from midnight Sunday to 6 a.m. Monday, and then just be all snow after 6 a.m. Monday, and then wraps up and gets out of here. Snow accumulation when it switches back to all snow, like I've said before, 1 to 2 inches. Now, so that would put impacts to travel being likely, okay, with that snow, because the ground's going to be really cold because we just teetered with, very cold rain for hours and hours and hours. So this is my current thoughts. Stay tuned because I'm sure I'll be tweaking some of this as we get closer to time. So just stay tuned. And we cannot dismiss the fact that now even the Climate Prediction Center is highlighting parts of Tennessee and the Deep South in a slight risk for heavy snow for that January 9th and 10th event that I've been talking about for several days now. So I'm not the only one watching that. That event, so Sunday, Monday is us going wintry mix, rain, snow, just a big mess of mixed whatever, and don't know how long each one of those is going to last, and that's what we got to figure out. Whatever comes in on the 9th and the 10th is going to be snow. I mean, that's going to be a primarily snow event. Is it going to reach us? We may be too far north this time. So it's a close call, and it could be a significant snowmaker. So this is a Gulf low, Arctic air in place. Somebody in the Deep South is probably going to get a decent snowfall out of this event on the 9th or the 10th. I know that's several days out, way out in weather voodoo territory, but it is something to keep in mind because whenever we get Arctic air entrenched in the south, we almost always get some wintry precipitation for sure. So I've got a lot to watch, and I've got a lot to keep an eye on over the next several days, and I'll be doing just that. You don't forget you can download the Meteorologist Mark app to stay up to date with my thoughts, or follow me on my website, meteorologistmark.com. Other than that, you guys take care, stay warm, keep it right here, Meteorologist Mark.